up YouTube? This is Nightmare, and today I'm going to be going over my Aldemary Dominion Tel Var farming guide down in the sewers in Imperial City. So, first off, before I get started, I just want to go over a few things you want on you before you start your Tel Var farm. First off, you just want to make sure you have some scrap potions, whichever class you're using, either magic or stamina. Make sure you have some easy to use, cheap stamina or magic potions. Also, you want to keep a sigil on you, just in case you have to get back fast to your base and cash in all the stones you've been collecting. Also, you want to have a pretty consistent build that can have high regen and will be able to get you through the sewers fast. So you want to be using a DPS build. Healers won't be too good at this, and tanks won't be fast enough for running these Tel Var routes. So I'm also going to be making routes for the DC side and the EP side. For this video, I'm going to be using my Nocturnal Stamina Nightblade PvP build. So if you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check that out. It's on my channel. Also, I'm going to be farming, so I want to be using for my flex slot, I'm going to take off shuffle and put in siphoning attacks so I can have more sustain when I'm clearing camps. If I was to be doing a lot more PvP, I would use shuffle, and if I was doing a little bit more ganking for going stealth and using the bow to gank, I would probably slot lethal arrow if you wanted to use that. You can check that out on my video on my channel also for some gameplay of the build. So let's get started. So the idea of running your Tel Var route is staying relatively close to your base so you can get back fast and deposit all your stones. Also, you want to be moving fast and clearing everything along the way. Even these horvers at the beginning of your AD camp, you're going to want to kill those. Those are going to get you your stones even faster for you, so you can, once you get certain amounts of stones, you can start collecting more after kills. So when I start a Tel Var farm, I always go out with 100 to get the 2x multiplier. Once you get to 1,000, you'll get a 3x multiplier, and so on up till 10,000 stones, where you will get a 4x multiplier. So this is the first room you run into on the AD side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buff up, hit my vigor, and I'm going to go ahead and tap every ad in this room for a fast clear. I know I can clear all these fast by myself, kill them all. If you don't think you can do that with the build you have, just go ahead and pull them individually. But I'm pretty confident in my builds with my reverse slice, just being able to burst everything down at the same time. Okay, so that's your first room cleared. I started at 100, I'm already at 300 within the first room. I was over 150 stones from that pull. So moving on, we're going to go to the right, and we're going to clear these two ads here. Now the reason I go this way is because there's usually a chest that spawns here, so you can pick that up. Get some stones from here and some other items that may interest you. After picking the lock and grabbing your loot, we're going to keep continuing onto this room. So there's a group of ads in front of you here, and to the right. We're going to do the same thing we did in the last room and pull everything together, so we can easily kill it fast. Everything's dying to our reverse slice really fast. That's what I love about the Nocturnal builds, is I can do PvP with it and run through the sewers extremely fast. So clearing these ads, doing it relatively quick. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this portal so it won't bother me when I'm doing the portal over here. So doing these, if you can solo them, if you're strong enough to solo them, go ahead and do it. They're gonna give you a good amount of stones killing the ads. I mean, once you finish clearing the ads, you'll get a chest that gives you a lot of stones. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then again, reverse slicing just helps us clear super fast. That splash damage, I didn't even touch that ad. It was already almost dead. So we're gonna apply our dots on these bigger targets, help us clear them faster. So this portal's done. We're gonna collect our chest. I'm gonna go ahead and run back to this side. So usually a flag boss could be coming down this hallway, and you may want to come back, or he'll come from this side through this door. So instead of being stopped by him, he'll slow down your run. I'm gonna turn back this way for an example and clear the ads over here. This is another good size pull that you can do. You can pull all these at the same time also. Flag boss should be moved out of your way enough that you can finish your clear down in the sewers. And I'll get back to that in a second, what I mean by that. So we're going to go ahead and turn back. Good thing about having a stamina builds, using a bow, you can dodge roll and move, get your major expedition, helps you move back a lot quicker. So if flag boss does take a little bit longer and you're not clearing as fast, these ads will respawn, so you'll be able to clear those coming back through. Moving on, our next room is up here. There's going to be a group of ads here, here, and in the center down in here. They're already cleared out, so I'm going to move on. And usually there's more ads here. A couple here, right there. Clear those, and then if you feel comfortable enough taking on the boss here, go ahead and do that. That'll also give you a lot of stones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Now if you want to play this route with a partner, you'll be able to clear faster, but you will not get as many stones at the end. So it's a trade-off you may have to do. Another good thing about running it with a partner is you are down in the sewers. This is a PvP zone, so do not get upset if you get ganked and lose all your stones or a majority of your stones. People will be down here stealing stones. It's not something to get upset about. So running with a partner can help you out a lot with keeping your stones safe. Just having that one extra person. So I'm going to keep clearing the ads as soon as they spawn up, just so I'm not taking as much damage. Back off when you have to heal. Just make sure you're staying alive. That's something else. If you die, you're going to lose 50% of your stones now, so you don't want to lose any stones. So that's cleared. We just got 200 stones off of that. Not bad. So we're going to keep going down the AD side of the sewers. Coming into the room after the boss. 2 claners will spawn here. You can clear those. And then I like to pull these 2 groups together for a fast clear. If you were to run this route with a PvE builds, you could run it faster. You will not be able to defend yourself as well if you run into other PvPers. And you will also not be able to gank as well if you run into other PvPers that are unaware of your presence. And that's another great way to get stones down in the sewers in Imperial City, is killing other players and grabbing their stones along the way. So once we clear this room, we're going to go ahead and go up the ladder into Temple District. So the reason why we do this is, like I said in the beginning of the video, we want to stay close to our base. Now you may think, well, Imperial City isn't really close to our base. It's open area where any alliance can get to pretty quick through the ladders. I understand that, but this is a pretty safe route to go to. It's very easy to get back to the sewer entrance from the district, and it's also the closest ladder back to the AD base. So that's why I'm running this route. Also, if you have the flag captured, in the district, you're going to get more stones. It's not captured by the yellows right now, sadly, so I'm not going to be getting as many stones as I could. But I'll show you guys the route that I run up here that is also pretty quick, if I don't get hit by load screens. So we're going to run the inner circle first. Clearing the ads. As you can see, we're still getting quite a bit of stones. We just hit that 3x multiplier since we have 1,000 stones now. Clearing all the ads we run across along the way. Just simple killing. I see a blue over there. He might see me. I'm gonna go stealth. Back off. And I'm gonna come around this side. I'm gonna see if I can get the jump on him. Maybe take his stones if he has any on him. He may have friends with him, I'm not sure. There he's right there, and he does have friends. A lot of friends. I see 3 so far running away. This guy's only level 16. So we may be able to get the jump on him. 4 friends now, okay. So they keep showing up. There's probably more of them. I'm gonna go ahead and avoid them for right now. I'm gonna just continue running my Tel Var route. As I sprint away, they'll probably see me. That's okay. If they want to chase me, they will. I'll be ready for them, since I already know that they're here. So coming down, I'm gonna just turn around and go in the opposite direction of the circle and run the outside route. So we're gonna keep running along, killing all the ads. Again, doing it as fast as possible is gonna give you more Tel Var stones. I'm not gonna put a time on how many stones you can get in an hour because it all depends on the build you're running this with. I'm running this on a build that can clear the ads pretty fast, and it can also defend myself if I have to in PvP. However, there are maybe going to be people that could run it faster. If they're running a PvE build. So that's something to be aware of. And I'm trying to kill these guys while tanking all these ads. And it's not going too well for me right now. So I'm going to run in here. Cloak. Get away from him. Yeah, I'm out of resources. There we go. That's something else that this build is kind of struggling on right now is my resource management. I didn't have siphoning attacks up, so my resources were already pretty low going into that fight. Okay, so for the sake of the video, and I am pretty sure I'm in Skull of Corruption right now, where there's a lot of PvP going on in the sewers in Imperial City. I'm gonna go ahead and run back to base. So that's a good, that's gonna show off how, still being in this district, I'm still really close to the 80 base and I can get back fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back down the sewers. But like I said, if you wanted to stay longer, if you held the flag and you're in a campaign that doesn't have much PvP going on, it's a dead campaign, you can run that circle for hours if you wanted to and bank on Tel Var stones. Just run the inner circle first and then go on the outside circle on the outer side of the buildings and run that circle, and by the time you clear the outside circle, the inside circle will be back up. You can kill those pretty fast. And then whenever you're done, you can just run back down your ladder, cash in all your stones. So as we come back down the ladder, everything will be respawns. So again, I'm just gonna grab everything, kill it. So this build doesn't have dual wield. We're using the reverse slice AoE splash damage to clear everything fast. So the way that works is I'm getting my target down below 50%. I usually wait till they're below 25%. I hit them with that reverse slice. and they will kill. It will kill the target, and do a lot of damage to targets around them. So you don't have to kill these ads. They don't drop Tel Var stones. They're just the ads for the boss. So here these ads are up again, so you can see where they are at, which you guys are all aware of. But again, you're killing everything along the way. You don't want to leave anything alive. It's going to give you the most stones. And I like to group everything up just because I can kill everything faster. If you aren't comfortable with grouping everything up and killing it at the same time, don't do it. Don't risk dying, because you will lose all your stones. Also, just make sure you clear your inventory space before you go out for a farming run, because you will fill it up pretty fast. This character doesn't have a high inventory space. So this is the biggest room that you can pull together. So you want to be careful with that if you choose to pull them all. You can kind of kite the clan fears until something gets low, and then you can kill them all at the same time like that. And then you kill the big health targets last. They'll take damage from your splash, so they'll be a little bit lower when it's time to kill them. Again, another chest. Pick up the chests. Another thing I should mention is there are scamps down in the sewers that you can get. Cunning scamps will give you a satchel of Tel Var stones that you want to leave in the satchel until you get safely back to your base, then you can open it. And then trove scamps will give you Tel Var stones, gold, and other items. So if you ever find those, make sure you focus them down. They can be pretty tricky to kill, they're pretty fast. And then the portal's back up, so you can go ahead and do that. Dawnbreaker is also another good ultimate to use, since it's AoE, so you're going to be able to clear everything super fast with that. And there's a flag boss that I just pissed off, so that's an example of the flag boss. That's when you would want to run back this way. Wasn't really paying attention, I was just worried about getting my stones back to base. Since the flag boss is on me, I'm probably not going to clear these ads, all of them. I'm going to kill as many as I can though, might as well. So if you ever get a flag boss on you, just run away, try to get to a door or your base without being hit. It will allow you to get through the door. You can always come back and clear these ads too, if the flag boss is taking too long. And I just so happen to run out of food, which is perfect. So usually I'll run up this way if the flag boss is on me. And there's a little ledge over here that you can jump on. And usually I'll lose aggro. This will give me time to eat food again too. So now I think I'm far enough away from the boss that I'll be able to get back to my base without being hit by anything and be able to get through the door. So I'm gonna go ahead and run back very quickly. Again, it's handy to keep those scrap potions on you, just in case you run out of resources. So we are going to make it back to our base. And we have 2,751 stones we have collected. We also ran into a group of blues that we were able to avoid, and we were ganked by 2 reds that we were able to turn on and kill. If that if the district wasn't capped and there weren't any EP or DC running through the district, we could have stayed a lot longer and cashed in a lot more stones. So the trick to this farm route is simply going up, clearing out your first room here. No, it's actually this room, I believe. One of these rooms. Yeah, it is this one right here. This was your first room. Take a right, clear out the ads here, and then clear the portal here. Run back, take out the boss, and run to your temple district. Farm that as long as you want. If you have the flag capped, you can stay longer and get even more stones. And you are safely able to get back to your base since it is so close. And that is your route. Very short distance to travel, but you can bank on a lot of stones. So that is the AD Tel Var farm route.